Today we are going to start the Great Houdini, world famous magician and escape artist. Chapter 1. Every summer, the circus came to Appleton, Wisconsin. 9-year-old Enric Weiss loved the acrobats and the magicians. He wanted to be a performer. "I will call myself the Prince of the Air," he told his brother Theo. Enric made a trapeze out of a broomstick and 2 ropes. His mother sewed him a costume. He looked like a real acrobat. Soon he was ready for his first performance. The neighborhood kids gathered to see the show. Enric and Theo had made a stage. An old sheet was used as a curtain. Enric ran out from behind the curtain. He grabbed the trapeze and began to swing back and forth. He stood on his hands. He hung by his knees. Then it was time for his best trick. Theo stuck needles in the ground. Enric swung over the needles. He picked up every single one with his eyelids. Enric Weiss was born in Budapest, Hungary in 1874. Soon after, the whole family moved to America. His father was a rabbi. He didn't make enough money to feed his large family. Enric and his brothers did odd jobs to earn money. Enric ran errands, sold newspapers, and shined shoes. He decided to quit grade school. In those days, there were no laws to make children stay in school. Enric needed to help his family. He got a job in a locksmith shop. Enric learned to take locks apart and put them back together. He also learned to open locks by using a pick made of wire, so he could open any lock in the shop without a key. Chapter 2. Enric was fascinated with magic. He read every book on magic he could find. He learned coin and card tricks. He even learned how to escape after being tied up with rope. One of Enric's favorite books was about the French magician Jean-Eugène Robert Houdin. Enric was thinking of him when he made up his stage name. He added an I to Houdin. Then he changed his nickname, Harry, to Harry, and so Harry Houdini was born. While still in their teens, Harry and Theo put together a magic show. They called themselves the Brothers Houdini. They pulled coins and cards out of thin air. They turned a candle flame into a handkerchief. Harry practiced his hand movements for 4 hours on end, quicker than the eye can see, he told Theo. The Brothers Houdini always saved the best trick for last. It was called metamorphosis, which means change. Harry would change into Theo. Harry tied Theo in a sack, then he locked him in the trunk, and he placed a curtain in front of the trunk. Harry went behind the curtain. At the count of 3, the audience saw Theo move the curtain and Harry jump out of the trunk. The trick was so quick, people could not guess how they did it. They took their act on the road and ended up in New York City. Harry and Theo got a job performing at an amusement fair on Coney Island. Here, Harry met Bess Ronner. She was performing in a song and dance act with her sister. Harry and Bess fell in love. They were married in 1894. Bess took Theo's place in the act. It was the end of Brothers Houdini. Theo went on performing as a solo magician. He called himself Hardin, but he never became as famous as his brother. Chapter 3. Harry and Bess struggled for years to find work. Finally, the Welsh Brothers Circus in Pennsylvania gave them a 6-month contract. The Houdinis put together some new tricks. They added touches to their famous metamorphosis illusion. Harry entered the trunk handcuffed. Bess emerged from the trunk wearing Harry's coat. Harry's ability to pick locks came in handy for the handcuff escapes. He also knew that some cuffs opened when they were hit on a hard surface. He tied a piece of metal to his knees, hidden under his pants. When he smacked the cuffs against the metal, the cuffs magically snapped open. Soon, handcuff tricks were a regular part of Houdini's act. He always escaped easily, but the audience never seemed amazed. "I don't get it," said Harry to Bess one day. "I'm locked up tighter than Fort Knox, and I bust out in seconds. I make it look easy." "Maybe it looks too easy," replied Bess. From then on, Houdini did the handcuff escapes inside a cabinet with only his head showing. He took his time. He groaned and sweated and strained. Then he burst out waving the cuffs. The audience went wild. Now they loved seeing Houdini break free. Houdini added a straitjacket escape to his act. A straitjacket has very long sleeves. It is put on backwards. The arms are crossed in front and tied behind. A belt is buckled around the waist. The escape was hard work. Houdini had to undo the buckle from inside. He had to get the sleeves over his head. For almost anyone else, it would have been impossible, but not for the Great Houdini. Once the straitjacket escape took Houdini over an hour. He rolled all over the floor. He jerked and wrestled with the jacket. When he was finally free, Houdini's body was bruised and sore. "The pain and agony of that struggle will forever live in my mind," he said later. Houdini spent up to 8 hours a day working on new escapes. But no matter how hard he worked, Houdini was not yet a star, and that's what he wanted most of all. In 1900, Houdini bought 2 steamship tickets. He and Bess were bound for England. They hoped this move would bring the stardom Houdini was seeking. Okay, so we're going to stop there, and we will finish the book on Tuesday for e-learning, and I will attach the biography window to the Google Classroom assignment, and you are supposed to fill that out and send it to Mrs. Bretzman and work on your biography posters. If you have any questions, please email me or Ms. Hopper, and don't forget about our Zoom chat on Friday. Bye!